Welcome to Ask Davis. I am Davis, and on this channel we cover retirement and personal finance in plain language. No jargon, no fluff, just what you actually need to know. Today we are talking about Social Security in 2026. There are real changes happening to this program right now. Some of them in your favor, and some of them that the government has not been particularly eager to discuss. If you are between 55 and 70 or approaching retirement, this is information you will want to have before you make any major financial decisions this year. Let us start with the number most people are celebrating right now: the cost of living adjustment for 2026. Social Security benefits increased by 2.8% this year, slightly higher than the 2.5% adjustment in 2025. The Social Security Administration estimates that the average retiree now receives approximately $2,071 per month, up from $2,015 in 2025. That is an increase of about $56 per month. For a married couple, the average benefit rose by about $88, bringing the combined monthly check to $3,208. That sounds straightforward. $56 more deposited automatically every single month. No paperwork, no action required. But here is the part that rarely makes it into the official press releases. Medicare Part B premiums, the amount automatically deducted from most Social Security checks before they ever reach your bank account, increased from $185 per month in 2025 to $202.90 in 2026. That is an increase of $17.90, representing a 9.7% jump in a single year. When you subtract that Medicare premium increase from your Social Security raise, the real net gain for the average retiree is not $56. It is closer to $38 per month. The Medicare increase consumed nearly 32% of the entire cost of living adjustment before a single cent reached your account. The Social Security Administration announces the COLA. They do not typically lead with what Medicare quietly takes back on the other side of the ledger. These are technically two separate programs, managed separately, but for the vast majority of retirees on Medicare who receive Social Security, they appear on the same monthly statement. The practical effect is that the raise you receive this year is considerably smaller than the headline figure suggests. Now let us talk about full retirement age, because this is where another significant and underreported change is taking effect in 2026. Full retirement age, often abbreviated as FRA, is the age at which you qualify to collect your full, unreduced Social Security retirement benefit. If you were born in 1959, your full retirement age is 66 and 10 months, and you reached that milestone in November of 2025. But if you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is now 67. This change reaches its final implementation in November of 2026, and it represents the last step in a scheduled adjustment that began 43 years ago with the 1983 Social Security Amendments. Why does this matter in 2026 specifically? Because millions of Americans born in 1960 are turning 66 this year. Some of them have been told, or have assumed, that 66 was their target age to collect full benefits. It is not. For everyone born in 1960, the full retirement age is 67. Claiming at 66 means accepting a permanently reduced benefit, not temporarily reduced, permanently. That reduction does not reverse itself at any future age, and the difference is meaningful. Claiming at 62 rather than waiting until your full retirement age of 67 reduces your monthly benefit by approximately 30% for the rest of your life. If you are on the fence about when to claim, verifying your actual full retirement age is the single most important first step you can take right now. I want to pause here for a moment. If you are in your late 50s or early 60s and you are realizing there are gaps in your retirement plan around Medicare costs, Social Security timing, or the decisions we are discussing today, I put together something called the 90-Day Protocol. Retire at 62 without regret. It is a step-by-step system built specifically for people at this stage of planning, covering claiming strategy, the Medicare interaction, and how to approach retirement with a clear financial plan. The link is in the first comment below. Let us move now to the earnings limits because the rules changed in ways that benefit anyone still working while collecting Social Security before reaching full retirement age. If you are collecting Social Security benefits before your full retirement age and you are still earning income from work, the Social Security Administration applies what is called the Retirement Earnings Test. If your earned income, meaning wages or self-employment income, not pension payments, investment income, or withdrawals from retirement accounts, exceeds a certain annual threshold, Social Security will temporarily withhold a portion of your benefits. In 2026, that threshold increased to $24,480 for beneficiaries who will not reach full retirement age during the year. For every $2 you earn above that amount, $1 is withheld from your benefit. If you will reach full retirement age at some point during 2026, the threshold is considerably higher, $65,160, with $1 withheld for every $3 earned above that limit. Once you have passed your full retirement age entirely, the earnings test disappears, and you may earn any amount without any reduction to your benefit. There is also a critical clarification here that most people do not know. Any benefits withheld because of the earnings test are not permanently lost. Once you reach full retirement age, the Social Security Administration recalculates your monthly benefit upward to account for the months during which benefits were withheld. The money comes back to you, spread out through a higher monthly check for the remainder of your retirement. Understanding this matters enormously when deciding whether to continue working in your early to mid-60s. I also need to discuss the Social Security Fairness Act because there are several million Americans who may be owed money right now and are not aware of it. In January of 2025, Congress repealed two long-standing provisions that had reduced Social Security benefits for certain public sector workers: the Windfall Elimination Provision, known as the WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, known as the GPO. These were rules that reduced, and in some cases completely eliminated, Social Security benefits for people who had worked in jobs not covered by Social Security taxes, including certain teachers, firefighters, police officers, and federal employees covered under the Civil Service retirement system. In some cases, a surviving spouse's Social Security benefit was reduced to $0 per month under the GPO. The repeal of both provisions was made retroactive to January of 2024. That means eligible retirees are owed back payments covering benefits that were improperly reduced throughout all of 2024 and into 2025. By July of 2025, the Social Security Administration had already distributed over $17 billion in retroactive payments to approximately 3.1 million beneficiaries. But here is what you need to know if this situation may apply to you or someone you know. Not everyone has received their full adjustment. There are cases, particularly for surviving spouses who never even applied for spousal benefits because the GPO would have reduced them to $0, where individuals still need to file a new claim to receive what they are owed. If you worked in state or local government, education, law enforcement, or the federal sector under the Civil Service retirement system, and you assumed for years that Social Security spousal or survivor benefits were not available to you, that assumption may no longer be correct. Visit ssa.gov and search for the Social Security Fairness Act page. Your situation may have changed significantly. Now I need to address the issue that the government discusses the least, and that carries the most long-term consequence for everyone listening. The Social Security Trust Fund, the reserve that supplements payroll tax revenues to cover the full amount of benefits, is projected to be depleted in 2033, according to the Social Security Trustees Report published in June of 2025. The Congressional Budget Office released an updated projection in February of 2026 and moved that date forward by 1 year to 2032. The CBO now estimates that at depletion, Social Security will only be able to pay approximately 72 to 77% of currently scheduled benefits. That is an automatic benefit reduction of between 23 and 28%, applied equally to every beneficiary regardless of age, income, or how long they have been collecting. To put a number on that, a monthly benefit of $2,000 becomes approximately $1,440 after a 28% cut. A benefit of $3,000 becomes approximately $2,160. These are not hypothetical worst-case scenarios. They are the current official projections from the government's own trustees and budget office. If you are 60 years old today, you will be 66 or 67 when that date arrives. If you are 55 today, you will be 61 or 62. This is not a distant problem for a future generation of retirees. It is a problem that belongs to the people watching this video right now. Congress has known about this trajectory for years. Neither party has produced a solution with enough votes to pass. The reasons are political. The solutions are mathematically available. They involve some combination of raising payroll taxes, adjusting the benefit formula, lifting the wage cap on taxable income, raising the retirement age, or reducing benefits for higher earners. But none of those options are popular, and none have moved forward. There are 6 steps worth taking now. Step 1. Verify your earnings record at ssa.gov. Log in and review every year of your documented earnings history. Errors in that record reduce your eventual benefit and can only be corrected with documentation going back to the year the error occurred. The sooner you catch a mistake, the easier it is to correct. Step 2. Calculate your personal break-even age before deciding when to claim. Every year you delay collecting Social Security beyond your full retirement age increases your monthly benefit by 8%, up to age 70. The break-even point, the age at which waiting pays off compared to claiming early, typically falls somewhere in the mid to late 70s. If your health and family history suggests you are likely to live past that age, delaying has real financial value. Step 3. Determine whether you are affected by the Social Security Fairness Act. If you spent part of your career in a public sector job covered by a government pension rather than Social Security taxes, or if you are the surviving spouse of someone who did, visit ssa.gov and confirm whether your benefit was previously reduced under the WEP or GPO. Step 4. Check whether your Medicare premium is being deducted at the standard rate or at the IRMAA rate. IRMAA, the income-related monthly adjustment amount, means that higher income beneficiaries pay more for Medicare Part B and Part D. The income threshold used to determine your premium in 2026 is based on your reported income from 2024. If your income drops significantly in recent years, you may be able to request a recalculation using more recent income data. Step 5. Do not build your retirement income plan around the assumption that Social Security will deliver the same dollar amount in 2032 that it delivers today. Model your retirement finances using a reduced benefit as a baseline scenario. If Congress acts and the trust fund is stabilized, you benefit. If Congress does not act in time, you are prepared. Step 6. Understand the earnings test before making decisions about work. If you are considering claiming Social Security while still working before your full retirement age, calculate the actual impact based on your expected income. In many cases, the withheld benefits are returned to you later through a higher monthly check, which changes the math considerably. Here is the bottom line. Social Security in 2026 is not the straightforward story the official announcements tell. The 2.8% cost of living adjustment is real, but Medicare premiums consumed nearly a third of it before that money reached your account. The final shift in full retirement age to 67 is now complete for everyone born in 1960 and later, and that change is permanent. The Social Security Fairness Act restored billions of dollars in benefits to retired public sector workers, but not everyone who is owed that money has received it yet, and some individuals still need to file a claim. And the trust fund depletion timeline, now projected at 2032 by the Congressional Budget Office, continues to move in the wrong direction with no legislative solution currently on the table. The program is changing. The numbers are real, the timeline is real, and the decisions you make in the next several years will have a direct and lasting effect on your financial security in retirement. This is not a topic to revisit when you have more time. Now is the time. I would like to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Are you currently deciding when to claim Social Security, or are you already collecting and watching these changes affect your monthly check? Share where you are in the process and let us continue the conversation. If this was useful, please subscribe and leave a like. It helps the channel and it means more content like this one. This is Davis. I will see you in the next one.